So, okay, folks, here we are. This is Thornton speaking to you. I got my guest, Matt Wandersee, with me today. And this is coming to you from my blog and my video clip, which is just for Mormons and other saints. And Matt has gone a long ways in getting this flag put together. He spent his own money, his own time, and money I'm sure he doesn't have. Really didn't have, but he really came up with an awesome flag there. Matt, could you tell us a little bit about your flag?
Well, one thing us Patriots are going to have to unite on is the Constitution. Supreme law of the land. That will be the uniting factor. Right now, the federal government is acting outside of the Constitution. And we the people, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17, the federal government's not allowed to own any land outside of Washington, D.C. Other than that, they can have needful buildings by the consent of the state, such as ports and docks and arsenals and magazines.
And it still has to be pursuant to the Constitution.
Yes.
Those 18 spending privileges. It has to be, pursuant to that. It can't be like, okay, let's go on a casino or something, So
Yeah.
So that's a really good point. They call that the enclave.
The Gaston flag, it shows true courage. It even tells the enemy, do not tread on me.
And where did that saying come from? You were telling me about that earlier.
Well, Benjamin Franklin thought it would be a good flag for America.
I think he's right, too. Because, the rattlesnake, which is not the most loved creature on the face of the earth, but it does give you a warning. It rattles, says, hey.
It just says, don't tread on me.
Yeah, just don't tread on me. I'm over here.
Once engaged, never surrenders. That's America.
Yeah.
We've forgotten what Americans are. Americans are not cowards.
So a rattlesnake, once it's engaged, it strikes, and it locks on and holds, and it pumps venom into its victim. So
now you tell me, is America engaged right now? I believe we are.
Yeah. Why would you say that? Because that's a really good point.
Look at my shirt.
I am the virus. Okay, we'll digress a little bit here, but where'd that saying come from? And you got the LV there. And
this is Lavoy Finnecum's brand, and they were going around teaching people about the Constitution. And we were about to go teach 400 new people.
And who is that? That would be Lavoy and Ammon and Ryan and Ryan Payne and Shauna Cox and Victoria. Okay.
I was just the humble militia-man.
But they were going to go teach the Constitution. Yeah, and then what happened? Well, Kate Brown comes out, and the secretary, or not the secretary, but the federal senator from the state of Oregon comes out, and he calls it a virus. They call it a virus, and the virus has got to stop.
The Constitution is referred to as a virus these days. America's in distress right now. They've attacked our country.
Well, that's a good point. You said, they already engaged us with the absolute murder of Lavoy Finnecum. They drew first blood. Okay, that is an act of war against American people. And when you stop and think, it's not the American people against American people. They've been taken over. We've been taken over really by a foreign entity. When you get right down to it, when you trace it all out, track it all out, follow the money or whatever, you'll find that we've been taken over by a foreign entity. Now, a lot of the Americans don't understand that, and it's a real important point. It's not Americans against Americans. There's a foreign entity that's controlling this whole thing, and they've dumbed down the average person, and they just don't get it. But, there you go. They're calling our Constitution, the Constitution of the United States, over a 200-year-old document that's been with us, that's allowed us to prosper as human beings, the greatest country in the world, and now they're calling it the virus. I mean, how despicable is that? They're kicking dirt in the face of all those men that have fought and died for freedom They're saying it was a virus.
And if you stand up for the supreme law of the land, then they're telling everybody that this is what will happen to you. You will get either assassinated or you will get thrown in prison for the rest of your life. It's called tyranny at its finest.
Yeah. So, and I think that's what they're doing right now. You know, they've got, we've got something like 39 of our people, Patriots, that are in prison. And they keep, you know, through the grapevine, they keep leaking this out that there's just so many more people, there are going to be so many more indictments, so many more arrests. And then they go pick on 2 gals from, I forgot what state they are. They came out to the Bundy Ranch and took some pictures. Mm-hmm. And as far as I'm concerned, now they've been released, but they did arrest them. And that's just sending a message. That's what I look at that. There's another gentleman by the last name Dwyer. He came out to the Bundy Ranch for one day, didn't bring a firearm. He just came out for the protest. They got him locked up also. Are you kidding me? This is like, I mean, this is worst case scenario. They're sending a message to everybody out there. You know, do not peacefully assemble. Okay, do not exercise your First Amendment rights.
They even locked up Pete Santilli, who was a cameraman.
He's
That's
pressed.
an attack on our First Amendment.
That's a blatant attack.
We cannot let them scare us. Americans are not supposed to get scared like that. Americans are not cowards. They show true courage.
Why do you think we don't get more input from the Americans out there, the average person? Why do you think we don't get more input? Why would they just rather be doing something else like watching NFL or sports or whatever?
I think they're a little too comfortable right now. They don't have to be watching their six all the day long, and all their friends aren't getting arrested. And instead of being scared, we should, as Americans, double down in our efforts for liberty.
And there's certain things that we can do. You know, we don't have to run out and start a firefight.
No.
You know, we can. I think probably the most important things that people can do is just get informed themselves. Because once you get informed, well, then, you know, it's a natural process. You start making some phone calls. You talk to your neighbors. You talk to your elected officials, and you start making some complaints. And being informed, what it tells the average person, you might be next. Okay? And history bears this out. If you sit back and you don't do anything and you allow your neighbor, you allow your fellow American to be oppressed and his rights violated, history shows it's not too much longer after that you yourself, the one that sat back and said, it has nothing to do with me. There's an old saying about that in Nazi Germany. Hey, you know, when they came after the socialists, I didn't do anything because I wasn't a socialist. When they come after the tradesmen, the union tradesmen, I didn't do anything because I wasn't in the union. You know, when they came after the Jew, I didn't do anything because I'm not a Jew. When they came after me, there's nobody left to defend me. See, and that's where we're going down now. So on our next topic, what I really want to get into is these federal judges and the prosecuting attorneys and the law that they're using, that the law that they're trying to use, this law of conspiracy. This law goes all the way back to the Civil War. You know, all the way back to the Civil War. Well, the fact of the matter is, you know, if they're going to use that law is going to be analyzed by the defense. That law, when you and I've looked at the law. Have you looked at the law? I've looked at it. I've read it really close. And the conspiracy charge was against the successionists that actually did take federal property, courthouses, docks, ports, etc. You know, those things that Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 actually allows for. Now, I don't know anywhere in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 allows the government to own a refuge. Have you ever, I mean, seriously. And now, and it's just not refuges, but it's all this federal land.
Yeah, they say that they own like over 80% of the West. That is totally fraudulent.
Yeah.
unlawful for the federal government.
So what's going to happen when they get, they look at this law? Smell something. When they look at this law, the defense, and if it gets out before the people, before the jury, it's not applicable. It's ridiculous. It does not apply to that situation. It doesn't apply to the Bundys. It doesn't apply to the Patriots. It doesn't apply to anybody that was at the refuge or at the Bundy Ranch. So, why are they doing this? That's one of the things I keep asking myself. They have an indefensible position. What are they going to do? Well, one of the reasons they keep asking for more time, now they want to push this into February of 2017. Are you kidding me? Almost a whole nother year without bail, which is a violation of, what is that, the 8th Amendment? Let me take a quick look here, but I believe it's the 8th Amendment. No, it's not the 8th Amendment.
Maybe the 6th Amendment.
Yeah, I think it's the 6th Amendment. But it says the accused shall enjoy a right to a speedy trial. Okay? Does that sound speedy? I mean, the defense is ready.
But it's complicated.
It's complicated.
What they're going to do is continue to try to give us this false hope. So none of us stand up and do something about it.
How many times have we seen this where they throw this carrot out there and they give you this false hope? How many times have we seen? I have seen that over and over and over again. And they keep dragging it out, and after a couple of years, everybody's forgotten about it. They might settle. I don't see them settle in this case. But I mean, a really good example is the what they call the FLDS there in Texas, those Mormon polygamists. I mean, that was all over the news. They went and took like 200 kids, and they took their genome and this and that, and this huge investigation. And it turns out the gal that called had nothing to do with it. She's from Colorado. It was totally bogus. The complaint was totally bogus. Okay? And they went in there and did this huge investigation, and what did they find? They found nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay? You don't hear about that. But it was all over the news, day in and day out for what? At least a month, if not longer. And the end result was they found nothing. Only thing they did is violate these people's rights up and down, and nothing ever came out. I think Matt's onto something here. They're going to keep doing this. They're going to keep throwing a carrot out there, giving you, as you said, false hope. Over and over and over again. False hope.
That way we don't do anything.
We don't do anything.
Because we're too lazy.
Yeah.
Or now it'll be a good excuse for you to not do anything, because we're just going to vote for Trump or whatever.
Well, I will say this. I think there are some opportunities that are coming up to the forefront that could really benefit our patriots, and one of them is Trump becoming the president of the United States, just from some of the things that he has recently said.